Right, welcome to the Theme Park Rundown. This is going to be a new weekly podcast that Kurt and I are going to be doing. Now, there's a lot to go through. There is a lot to go through. We're going to have 3 episodes this week, including this one, which is an introduction for those people that don't know us. Father and son, we'll start with that. There's no Cody on this. He might guest appear.
I'm sure he will at some point.
I'm sure he'll guest appear at some point. So for those that don't know, I run UK theme parks with the boys, and Kurt runs
Rides and Attractions.
Rides and Attractions, which you can find on TikTok and YouTube. And you know, I've been at Coasters for how old am I? So what am I? I'm in mid-40s.
44.
So I've been all right. Jesus, no need, Kurt, no need. So I've been going to fairs. It started with fairs back in the day, and my sister used to take me when I was 6 or 7 years old. So we are looking 35 years plus that I've been going to fairs and then theme parks as well. So, you know, I've been to Chesington. 1990 was my first visit there. That is my favourite park. We'll get onto that. And then, of course, I've gone from there, you know, Alton Towers and all the theme parks which I do now. And it just took with me that would be what I would do as my hobby. I work full time, much like you do.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
So then, Kurt, your journey.
Got it all from you.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
It's all just come from you taking me as a kid.
All my fault.
And now I probably go as much, if not more, sometimes when I
You probably do. You probably do, yeah.
Every day off at a park.
Yeah, this is it. So we are theme park enthusiasts, and you know, we're quite modest theme park enthusiasts as well, in the respect that we don't expect stupid things.
No.
I know it sounds silly. So what we want from the podcast is, there are some podcasts out, I think it's fair to say.
There are a few.
There are some podcasts out we've looked at, but we just kind of want to give our thoughts, and we want to get our thoughts down, and these are things we can look at going forward as well, for keepsake. And of course, we want everyone to get involved. So you'll be able to find this podcast on the major platforms. And also, if you are listening to us, you can actually go on YouTube and you'll be able to see us as well. We will have video on YouTube. And of course, if you are watching us on YouTube and you can't kind of watch us all the time, you'll be able to subscribe to it and listen to it on one of your
car or anywhere.
favorite ones. Now, Kurt and I don't vary too much in opinion.
Not particularly,
Not super, but we do vary in opinion.
Yeah,
we have different favourite rides, which if you're on YouTube, you'll see those behind us now. Mine is Guardians of the Galaxy.
And Velocicoaster, obviously.
And Kurt is Velocicoaster, obviously. And if they change, we will change the background to reflect that. But that is the reason for the background, if anyone's wondering where we are. And you know, the reason we've called it the Theme Park Rundown, I think it's important to look at the fact that I am UK theme parks.
Yeah.
So technically I do focus on UK. I think people that watch the channel know that it's Chesington is right up there, probably as number 1. Recently Portons Park, but you know, Merlin Parks across. I always make sure we visit Blackpool. I make sure I get to Pleasurewood Hills. We go to Adventure Island. You know, we go to parks, including my local one down at Funland, which are really good to me, and I do a lot of work with them. But I do go abroad as well.
Yeah, same to be fair. We've both been to Orlando a lot the last couple of years.
That's it. So, you know, we have opinions. Whilst we are a little bit scarce on the European parks, in fact, Kurt's been to like Energylandia, where I've been to Portaventura.
We've both been to Plopsaland this year a couple
of times. I might be heading back to Terra Mystica in April.
No?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you haven't said that yet.
Oh my God,
that's news to me.
That's coming forward. That place I thought was that was a special place that I vowed never to set foot in, but it might actually happen in.
That's what you said the other day. You'd never go back.
I did, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's coming. So, but we obviously have opinions on all around the world. So the reason why we've called it the Theme Park Rundown is we're not focusing just on the UK. You'll hear opinions from other places as well.
Yeah.
Anything that comes up in the news, that could be rides opening, that could be rides closing, that could be theme parks opening, that could be theme parks closing. And I would say we're going to be about 75% UK based.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And our first couple of episodes are definitely UK based, but you know, we will be looking at, for instance, the new Six Flags opening, of course, at the end of the month.
You can't forget about that.
Because you can't not talk about it as a theme park enthusiast. Whether or not we ever get there is a completely different story.
I'm sure we will.
but I think
It's
we
a long
probably
way,
will.
but I'm sure we will.
You know, there's a lot of great rides that Kurt and I want to ride. However, that doesn't stop us having an opinion on what they look like and everything.
no,
And
exactly.
we appreciate there'll be people that watch and listen to this that do get around more than us.
Yeah, there
And,
will be.
you know, but whether or not that changes our opinion is what the absolute beauty is of having the podcast,
Exactly.
in fairness. So yeah, this is what we are going to be doing. Now, we've got it planned that we will be doing episodes every
Tuesday. Nice early uploads.
Hopefully there will be nice early uploads so you can listen to them on the commute to work, or if not, they will definitely be available on your commute home from work or school or whatever. Now I can look at my age demographic on YouTube and see that the age demographic is about my age, 35 to 44. So that's who I appeal to. And the good thing about having Kurt here, and indeed potentially Cody further down the line, is that it is the opinion of a younger person.
Yeah, definitely is.
You know, someone half my age. And
Under,
a little bit
under
more.
half, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Well, they're still similar opinions mostly.
Yeah, I think
Mostly.
we clash on a few things. Not a lot.
I wouldn't say massive things.
No,
though.
not a lot. Not a lot.
huge
And you know, some of the things I've seen over the years, certainly, and you know, when we get into episodes, we'll definitely be going through kind of. We're going to look at operations. We're
Yeah,
going to look at rides.
We
and
may
what
have more
think.
opinions then.
then we'll have a few more opinions than what we've got now. But really, we just want to sort of introduce ourselves. Now, we both work full time.
We do 40 hours a week, if not more.
So we both work
don't
more
have
than 40 hours
loads
a
of
week.
spare time.
And, you know, I get a lot of comments on YouTube. It's less so on TikTok, in fairness, of like, you should go here, you should do this, you should do this. And I meet a lot of people out and about as well that go, oh, you haven't been around Germany and what have you. And it's like,
It's time and money.
it's time and money. Yeah, you know, as the kids have grown up, I've generally had half terms off. As I'm sure many people know, it's quite expensive to visit theme parks.
It's at least double
Anyway.
the price, triple the price.
Anyway, during half terms, let
Yeah.
alone if you want to disappear off to Germany or, you know, somewhere like that. It's really, really expensive. Like, really expensive.
It is.
So we kind of like have, they've kind of, when I grew up, it wasn't, it was a bit of a luxury. If you were to go to Disney, it was a bit of a luxury. And to be fair, I don't think Universal Studios opened until 92.
I wouldn't know off the top of my head.
If that's right, that's quite a good
I hope
guess.
it is.
I want to say it opened around about 92, and certainly Islands of Adventure didn't open with it. So, you know, back when I was, you know, when you were 10, we could have taken you to Universal Studios, and we could have taken you to Disney really easily. And although Disney was there, and I think the last park opened in the 90s, I think it opened in,
What, Epcot?
I don't know, was it Epcot last park or was it Animal Kingdom? So it's important to realise we don't know everything.
We don't know everything.
We don't know everything, and we're not trying to know everything.
We know more of the UK.
Yeah, we're not trying to know everything, in fairness, because
No.
it's
impossible
It
to
is
know everything.
impossible, and I know there'll be people that are specialists on some and will go absolutely wrong on that. And fine, if we're wrong, we'll hold our hands up on the next
Yeah.
episodes and say we're wrong. And if we're right, we're just going to argue the point because that's just who we are.
Exactly.
We're quite stubborn on that. But when you were younger, we could have taken you more abroad. Where I have to say, where there was no internet when I was younger, you never really heard of, you know, parks abroad. You knew Disney was there.
Yeah.
You didn't really
You didn't
know
as much about them.
No, you didn't really
As
know
many
where
videos
you know the
anymore.
looping coaster was. You know, you were just like, right, there's a corkscrew somewhere in the UK. When as I grow older, we need to go and ride the corkscrew. You know, there's Thunder Looper. This is a launched coaster. To be fair, even at a younger age, because I didn't visit Blackpool Pleasure Beach until 2007, when Infusion opened. You visited at the same time as I did. Yeah,
I wouldn't remember that.
You don't
I was
remember
free.
that. But you visited Blackpool Pleasure Beach for the first time when I visited Blackpool Pleasure Beach for the first time, which is actually a little bit crazy, to
that's
be
weird to
fair,
think.
for
I didn't know
Blackpool.
that.
I mean, it's slightly different when you go abroad and things.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realise that Revolution existed because there was no internet when I was younger. So unless you knew Revolution was there as an inverted shuttle,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it, you know, coaster, you just didn't know it was there. You knew the Pepsi Max Big One existed in 1994 because of TV. You didn't. There was no.
That was a big thing.
And this is again where we've grown up in different eras. You've got your phone,
Yeah.
and you
I
can.
can see what's everywhere
You
in
can
the
see
world,
what's
yeah.
everywhere. You can Google. You know, back in the 90s, you just didn't have that. You waited for a TV advert to come out and go, "What is that?"
Yeah.
what is that?
Whereas now we're following the construction, the
Exactly.
updates, all
Yeah,
across
I mean, we're
TikTok,
there
YouTube,
ourselves.
Yeah.
And I've said I've done a couple of Saw ones coming up, and even back in 2008, there wasn't really there was social, but it wasn't that social. You put a few pictures up, there'd be a couple of videos up. YouTube technically started a bit earlier, but didn't really take off till 2009. So people didn't know there was a drop inside Saw, and yet I'd stand there looking at it being built. It's just really weird to look
Less
back now
people
and know
are
that.
going down following it than now.
That's right.
The amount of enthusiasts now and people following all of
That's
that
right.
is unreal.
That's right, and that'll be a future episode. I think Theme Park Enthusiasts will be a future episode, undoubtedly.
Big part of the community.
But it's amazing because I've gone from I don't know anything to I probably know too much.
I don't think you can ever know too much.
Or I think if you're visiting a park for the first time, you can know too much.
If you're visiting for the first time, I suppose.
If you've done,
You hid everything about Epic until you went, pretty much.
I tell you what, that was.
You hid that really well.
Oh Jesus!
I tried
Christ.
not to tell you anything
I
because
know.
I was there at previews.
I know. It was actually. I knew I was going to Epic this year, so that was really difficult.
You literally scrolled past anything.
Anything got scrolled past. Epic got blocked on TikTok. Everything got blocked. I saw nothing, and I have to say that was
makes it a big surprise.
That's achievement of the year. To
But
be
now
honest
it's,
with you, Kat.
and it is almost impossible to see nothing on these things.
It is,
Like
and that's sort of
a
the
lot
problem.
of parks that I'd go to now as a new park, I'd have already seen quite a lot about it.
That's sort of the problem. So, favorite ride, Velocicoaster. Why?
Easily. Oh, it's just amazing, isn't it?
That's not.
There's
why.
nothing bad about it.
That's not a why though, is it? So, what does it for you?
The launches, the roll over the water, how compact the first half is, the airtime,
Just a bit of everything.
bit of everything.
What about-
Everything about it is
And the
brilliant.
theme, you're all right with the theme?
Yeah, theme's brilliant. Everything about it is brilliant. It's perfect ride.
So for me, it's Gardens of the Galaxy,
Which is another great ride.
which is the world's largest indoor coaster. And I think the appreciation of seeing that being built was quite something, even now Disney struggled to get that coaster in there. But, this is a coaster that launches at 60 miles an hour, and you just don't realise it.
No, I wouldn't think it's 60.
You just don't realise it at all.
Doesn't feel 60.
And you know what's really weird is that when we went out in 2023, I didn't even know what this ride was. I didn't even know.
Well, I knew nothing about it when I went this year
No,
to go on it.
and
Obviously,
it's-
I knew briefly because you
Yeah.
see things, but I didn't go looking for it because I didn't want to know everything.
No, and I just thought it was, I don't know what I thought it was, to be honest. It absolutely took my breath away when I went on
It
it.
is a great ride.
And I like it because, Vekoma do wonderful work with Disney, much probably like Intamin do quite good work with Universal, in fairness. You could argue that. But this is a one-of-a-kind ride. And the way it's so smooth. And it just
it is so
twists.
smooth.
It takes you for the story. Onboard audio. I love onboard audio. I think that is underrated. Like,
And we're probably going to see more of it.
I think we are going to see
Coming up,
more.
I would have thought.
Yeah, I think we are. And Guardians just brings the whole story. And I do like Guardians. I like a nice Marvel film. I do like a good Marvel film.
Yeah.
So for me, Guardians of the Galaxy. But back in the day, what was the first ride you looked at and thought, nope?
What's going on?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it would have been Stealth or Oblivion,
always-
probably.
It's always Stealth and Oblivion.
Oh, I'd say it is.
It's always.
It's very intimidating when you're small and they're your first sort of big rides. It's the height, it's the black hole for Oblivion. Dropping into.
Yeah, going
It's-
into the
And
hole.
it's the height and the launch on Stealth, I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah.
It didn't stop me going back on.
It's funny because it was the same for your sister, with Stealth.
Yeah.
Cody was. Did he say what his was?
I can't remember what his is.
I want to say it's Stealth.
It probably is. I think it's a lot of people's, to be honest.
Yeah, I think for the younger audience. And
Yeah.
again, let us know comments. I think you can comment on some of the platforms as well. What was the ride you first looked at and went, nope, not for me. Not
It's
for
got to be
me.
Oblivion of Stealth for most people in the UK.
I would think it probably is.
I would
Might
think
be Hyperion now, in fairness.
Yeah.
Potentially. Even I looked at Hyperion and went,
Yeah, and even Big One for some people as
Big
well.
One, yeah. Yeah, I think you just get off with a different opinion on Big One, though. You're not necessarily rushing back around to get back on it.
Yeah.
For me, you know what mine was?
What?
So I was lucky enough to see a couple of the big coasters on their opening years. That includes Vampire,
Yeah.
which I have to say looked really cool. And it was a thrill coaster at a 1.2 metre height restriction. It wasn't, low. I remember looking at it thinking, that looks incredible. And that's probably because you sat in a car, But the first ride
Nemesis?
was Nemesis.
Yeah, I go for so.
Yeah. So I've been to Alton Towers. I went for the opening of the Haunted House and the Runaway Train. So I'd done Thunder Looper, I'd done Corkscrew, I'd done the Black Hole. And yeah, I remember walking up to Nemesis, and I was lucky enough to go the week it opened and just look at it and go, nope. What is that? And I know what people are saying. Yeah, Raptor existed. I think it's Raptor, Cedar Point.
Yeah.
Was that the first one, or was it one of the Six Flags ones? They're now Batman.
There was
clones.
one other, yeah.
One of them. I didn't know that existed. There was no way for me to know that existed.
No.
Sitting in my little house
I
at
mean,
home.
it was special for the UK when
You
it got
know,
there.
yeah,
And even now.
just didn't know. I wouldn't even know where to find that information back then. Because there's no, again...
Now you can just go Roller
no
Coaster
internet,
Database,
yeah.
TikTok, anywhere.
There was just nothing.
Anywhere.
I don't know where you find that. And I remember thinking, well, you know, I've been on Corkscrew, that was really cool. And I've been on Vampire, and that was, for me, that was like top. And nothing was beating Vampire. That was the coaster of the UK for a good few years. I don't care what anyone says. And I know there were other looping coasters around the Bullet, Flamingo Land. I want to say it was on Flamingo Land for a looping coaster, and a couple of others. I was never getting up there. I didn't even know Flamingo Land existed. And sadly, I now know it does. But Nemesis,
reasonable.
I walk around to Nemesis, and you know, people say about the extended queue that goes all the way around the back and everything, they're like never used. I can tell you now, opening week,
It was.
oh my God. I walked up to it. It was my sister's fault, and I do blame my sister for this. She won't bother listening to this anyway.
I highly doubt it.
But just walking around the corner, and it was quite open, there were no trees, and it's all dug down, as everyone knows now with Nemesis, you know, it's all dug down. And I just looked at it and thought, what is that? Why is that going upside down? How's that going up? The Vampire don't go upside down. How's that going upside down? Why is there 4 people wide? Why does that queue come out the entrance, even though it looks like it goes halfway around Alton Towers? And she was like, we're getting in it. And I went, I don't want to get in it. I don't like the look of that. I think I'll go to the Corkscrew. And we got in it, and we waited just over 2 hours for it.
I've waited longer. Well, for
Worryingly.
Reborn, I waited 3.5 hours.
Worryingly, yeah, worryingly now. Have I waited? I don't think I've waited longer for that, in fairness. I don't think I've ever waited longer
The
for
longest
Nemesis.
ride I've ever queued for was Reborn.
Yeah, I
3.5 hours on
Yeah.
open day. Queued from Curse.
Ridiculous. I don't think I've ever waited longer for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad she did. I might have had
That was
my
your
eyes.
favourite ride for a long time.
Oh yeah, for years and years.
long, long time.
And years. And still probably would be if it was Nemesis. Because I do. Again, I think we'll probably touch on it.
It's riding better this year than last.
Yeah, it is riding better this year than last, but yeah, they're for future episodes, I think. I think B&M, probably the manufacturers, come up in a future episode.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about with
So there is.
B&M recently.
Yeah, so we want to talk about just general things, and we will have normal episodes around about 45 minutes long,
Yeah.
which is good listening time if you're in the background. These opening 3 episodes will be around about 20 minutes, just to give you a taster of what we're going to do and what we're going to talk about. But we wanted to do one of who we are,
Yeah.
basically. And we are theme park enthusiasts. We're not unrealistic theme park enthusiasts,
Absolutely not.
I wouldn't say. And, you know,
I wouldn't say we're super controversial either.
No,
Really?
no, we're not super controversial.
Compared to some things,
I'll
yeah.
tell you what, actually, because, you know, there are a lot of controversial figures out there, and a lot of them do it for clicks. I don't do it for clicks. I'm
No,
not interested in
nothing.
doing it for clicks. If I make a more controversial statement, I will back it up with why, rather
Yeah.
than just saying vampire sinking and then walk away.
I don't know. That could be a whole episode itself.
But I will back it up with why. And anyone, again, that watches our TikToks,
Yeah.
as we brought up Vampire, will see why we back it up. But we tend to back it up.
Yeah.
And we are out and about as well. We are out and about at theme parks, so you can follow Kurt on rides and attractions.
Yeah.
We will put the links in the description. And of course, you can follow me on UK Theme Parks. Kurt features on mine quite a lot with Cody.
Yeah.
As I'm sure many people will know, but I say that. Some people might not know. If you're from abroad and we're talking about a park, maybe in your country,
Yeah.
you perhaps don't know us.
May
but,
well not have seen us before.
you know,
but
I've been nearly 40 years of visiting fairs and theme parks. That's me. And Kurt has been exactly the same from being in a pushchair.
yeah, exactly.
So
that.
we are lifelong. We're not just here for the clicks. We are
No.
lifelong theme park
and we will
enthusiasts.
continue to go at every opportunity, no
And
matter
that's
what.
it. That's it. You know, we look forward to the smaller. I look forward to the smaller rides as much as I do the bigger ones. Actually,
Yeah.
often I look forward to the smaller rides over the bigger ones.
Yeah.
And you know, we will have a 2025 review, but I'll take it into, you know, what new rides we had open this year. Really, not many.
Nothing major.
Nothing major. Toxicator
Toxicator.
was the biggest thrill ride probably open this year.
Which is a good addition.
But I was
Great
looking
ride.
forward more to Ghostly Manor.
Yeah, never great edition.
because it's something different. Although I will say I do like Toxicate. I think Toxicate gets a lot of hate, but
It runs really well.
I don't think it should. I think it's
like
a fantastic addition. But I look forward to the smaller rides as much as the bigger rides.
Yeah.
And next year, actually, we are going to be heading to other places like Creeley,
Yeah.
which we haven't been to for a few years. We have been
With new rides.
with new rides.
Couple new rides.
2 new rides, Kurt. I know what both rides are, by the way.
I may know what both rides
You may
are.
know what both rides are. Most people don't know what one is, but I do know what both rides are. Yeah, we're going to definitely be heading down to Creeley. Because actually, not just for those, I want to check out Sooty, which has won awards this year and it looks amazing.
Yeah, and they've got more to come in the next few
And
years
they've got
as
more
well,
to
by
come.
the looks of it.
Yeah. So we don't just focus on there's Hyperia and a massive thrill ride. We are equally as invested in the smaller rides as what we are the bigger rides, because that's what makes up the theme park. And you know, bringing up young children, 'cause not young now, granted, but bringing up young children through theme parks is when you really start to appreciate the smaller attractions.
Yeah.
Your Bubble Works back in the day. You know, your tiny truckers.
And even we're going to appreciate Paw Patrol.
Yeah, Paw
even though
Patrol.
we're too big for it now, we're going to appreciate it.
absolutely. And we probably, in fairness, didn't spend enough time at Portons. My first visit of 2006, we probably didn't spend enough time there.
You're making up for it now.
I'm making up for it now. Don't you worry about that. I'm making up for it now. But yeah, I appreciate, you know, CBeebies, Thomas Land, Peppa Pig World. These are important, really important
100%.
drivers. You know, without these lands, theme parks don't exist.
Exactly.
So you will get an unbiased opinion from us on everything, not just...
No matter the size of the
Yeah,
attraction,
no
the
matter what the
popularity,
size.
IP or not.
And we'll tell you why we think it when it comes. So yeah, that's us.
Yeah.
That is us in a nutshell. The theme park rundown is now go. This is us. Look forward to it. A couple more episodes this week, and then it's going to be every single Tuesday. We'll have at least a 45-minute episode that people will be able to listen to in the background. And of course, if you want to get involved in the conversation, you can get involved in the conversation. If you want to email questions and things in, we might do a Q&A as well further down the line.
Yeah, we can do that. We can talk about
But
it.
we will, of course, try and get as much in as we can. Anything else?
No, not for this one.
Right, first episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember, follow us, subscribe to us. Make sure you don't miss episodes. You can download them, listen to them wherever and whenever you like.